So this is the Turing Test, which, you know, not a phrase that makes you just, like, get a little bit mad hearing it. In our terrible chatbot-filled future. This is the most, like, I didn't want to bother loading bar I've seen possibly ever. Well, I mean, there is text and a bar instead of neither of those. And we're loading down here and loading up here, so, you know, that's something. If that bar wants to fill. Also, I just had the depressing realization you could probably make a several hour long supercut just going through all of my streams of all the time I spend just like being annoyed at loading screens. Okay. People really like this, like, separate the colors out effect these days.
Your wake up has been sanctioned by the ISA. We lost contact with the ground crew 450 hours ago. We have tried to establish further communications, but we are not getting any responses. We need you to investigate.
Okay, doesn't it make sense to do visual checks first?
We have already looked at the data. The ISA has made the executive decision that you report to the surface first haste. You are our emergency response.
What exactly is the emergency?
The ground crew found an organism the ISA believed to be dangerous. We need to re-establish communication.
So first of all, can I have some subtitles? I don't know why games don't just like enable that by default. Like, people have such bad audio mixes and like fans going sometimes. It's like I always like, do I value the like presence of my nice clean screen with no UI on it that much or something? Okay. Anyway, were you done talking to me? Because you seem to have just like kind of trailed off there. Some of those portable fans, I see. Well, this person's apparently dead. Let's see. I feel like my character is weirdly short here. Just barely clearing this fairly squat table.
Pick up your EMT. It's on the side.
Are we,
Okay. You're going to take a landing to Europa. Make your way to the docking station.
I guess I was sleeping in my suit there. That's fine. Yeah, like the chromatic aberration thing is like it's a cool effect to have if you're like, you know, from the perspective of a robot with a busted camera or something like that. But it's weird how often it's just like, well, making the screen blurry because you're just waking up is too easy.
What's the ship status?
I have performed the necessary checks. The Europa lander is ready to launch.
Yeah, it didn't answer my question though.
Day 3.
one of those. I hope I don't have to navigate this again in a hurry later things, because I was not paying attention where anything was. Oh, we got the like plastic bag walls going on over there.
Retro,
Go.
Fido,
Go.
guidance,
Go.
control,
Go.
telecom,
Go.
and we are go for launch initiated.
Second.
Engaging retro fire. I'm running the program. 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Breaking.
What are these alphabetical keyboards?
Trajectory looks good. 502 alarm. It looks like we're coming in too fast.
We are slightly short of the landing site. We are going to have to burn.
So, weirdly enough, this is the second time this week I've been playing a game, and the intro has like a spaceship crashing, and the pilot doesn't sound nearly as concerned as they should be. The other, for what's worth, being that Zero Space game there has been doing a free demo week that's got extended out to this Wednesday. They kind of were trying to get the campaign mode more presentable, and they kind of did a little bit until it really doesn't. So looking forward to that one being done, and it's going to be a while.
Welcome to Europa.
It's a lot of random looking around that I'm not doing myself. Anyway, I could go for a hike, or I could go in here. How long can I... Okay. That answers that question. Should I, like, shut the door behind me? Or is... You know... Getting a nice cross breeze today, I guess.
How long will we still survive these conditions?
At 100 degrees Kelvin.
Oh. Yeah, I gave you extra time, game. I was goofing off. It's so weird to know how, like, you have games where you have a fixed movement speed, and they're making you walk down a hallway while having a conversation with somebody, and they never time it out right. Unless you are Silent Hill 2, I don't know your excuses. That matters the whole thing with like audio logs catching on in a big way, however many years ago. It's like, oh, instead of having to like stop and interrupt the flow of the game to read this thing, we'll just have a voice start telling it to you while you walk around doing your thing. But it's like, okay, but now I'm like in a fight, and the fight sounds drowning out what you're saying, so I still have to just stand here.
The base has changed.
What do you mean?
The base was originally constructed with modules to withstand the seismic activity in and around Theodomagna. It appears the ground team had manipulated these modules. The base was built initially by machines. I served as the mind of these operations. I arrived first on Europa in 2240. It costs a lot to send humans into space with the necessary life support, especially such a vast distance from Earth. So, robotics built this place.
I wonder why the ground team has changed these rooms.
I have a hypothesis. These rooms are Turing tests.
Turing tests?
Turing tests are tests designed to tell humans and machines apart. Typically, problems can be solvable by a human. A combination of logical and natural thinking.
So, you can't complete these tests, Tom?
No. That is why I am glad you are here to help. We need to work together.
Very subtle where the plot's gonna go. I see we're in the Portal clone genre, which, you know, not a bad place to be, generally.
They really have completely repurposed these buildings. I am quite impressed.
So, what were they used for before?
Most of them were used for storage. They have converted them beyond recognition. Perhaps they ran out of things to do out here. The devil makes work for idle hands.
Yeah, I don't mind the format of just like, here, have a bunch of puzzles. Let's see. Hello. Where else could I put this? It's a big locked down room. Now, sir, open this door, which doesn't seem to get me anywhere. It closed way too fast. I think I have everything else in here to play with. What is that, a switch? Okay. I do kind of like that level load warpy effect. It's kind of fun. Can I? Okay, yes.
Do you know the ground team's location?
The crew are deeper inside the bases.
They must be trying to survive. Can you find their precise location?
I'm afraid not. I am working to regain control. Though I once had complete control of this place, a lot has changed in the past 500 hours.
Oh, that got me in trouble having done that. So grab it. That's something. That's not one of those, though. Okay. Let's see. So I need to get that in there. I can't just do that. Can I? No. Oh wait, can this take the plug or little glowy ball? Ha! So there is the problem with like every Portal clone though that like.
So if this base is managed by you, why can't you find the crew?
The base's communication relay is malfunctioning.
I dropped the thing. Okay, it doesn't hold on to it super well. Got it. That's kind of fun. But yeah, the problem with like all Portal clones is that like Portal works on a mix of here's just a big pile of puzzles and also probably a big pile of puzzles and then also like here's some really funny dialogue. And clones of Portal, like, we're going to need one of those things. What else do I need here? So you either get like really overly... Oh, okay. Up here. You get either really overly serious stuff.
Perhaps we can't solve this yet.
Who's gonna eat my... Or going through? Okay, yeah. Or you have like, you know, attempts at humor that just don't work. This at least has an excuse for why it is what it's doing what it's doing. So that's something. Okay, definitely two of these then. There wasn't another one like hiding on the floor over here, right? In there? No? Okay. This is just this stuff, yeah? Yeah, so we have an excuse to have just a bunch of puzzles. And that excuse is you are doing a big CAPTCHA. But, you know? I'll accept it. Yeah, this is stuff no go through here. I can't like ride on this, right? I don't think it would help me if I could, but like I can't, right? Okay, so that's not helpful. Start up there, right? I can't do some like stuff with the physics here though. Like I can really send that around. Oh. That's the solution, okay. That's kind of cute, actually.
What does not add up?
If there was an accident, surely they'd come to find me, not try to lock me out.
My instance is still resolving conflicts. I expect they have their reasons.
interesting set of tools for these puzzles. So that definitely requires these. Oh wait, this is. Okay. So now I can get out of there.
My instance has just been updated.
Sorry?
I have two instances on my mind, two separate versions. A slave one running on the satellite, and the master running here on the surface.
You know, people have been saying client and server for a while now.
The two instances of my mind were separated. So, during all this time, all of my knowledge divided into two separate branches. I continue to learn on the satellite, and I continue to learn on the surface. I am trying to merge the knowledge to create a timeline of what's happening here. But there are incongruities between these memories, conflicts.
Not quite sure how to get them out of there. Unless. It is exclusively a way of holding orb so far, yeah. That was weirdly easy.
This is the command center. You can check on the crew status from here.
Okay, tell me how everybody's dead. Can I though? So getting a prompt, it's not doing a thing. Well, let's go over here, I guess. Like everybody has their own little jobs. Wait a second. You're dead or fired, but still being told to do a thing. Ooh. I can toggle between some stuff. I can spin a thing around. So I'm not actually using any of these touchscreens properly. Got it. Okay. So what I should have done is walk over to this thing and like step back a bit. Visiting a planetarium or something and just playing with the touchscreens. Okay. Any more? Yep. Manipulatable objects. Star Trek logo. Pull out my puzzling gun again. Yeah, the link to Portal does help it a lot. Portal 2 even I thought was too long. Like, you got the fun, here's the old lab with the new toys bit, and you got the ending, but then you got like this whole, let's just redo the whole first game section in there, just kind of padding it out. But this is like more pleasant than most Portal clones so far. And I do like just the trend of like, you can just make a game that's just a bunch of puzzles and rooms. You don't need to pad it out with, like, you know, wandering around a town or something.
What conditions should I expect to find the ground crew in?
Daniel went missing days ago. Chris is presumed dead. We are expecting to find Sarah and Mikhail in such a stable condition.
Chris is dead?
He was involved in an accident.
Where I came in. Kind of need that in there for this to be navigable at all. Yeah, this is just like, but yoink. It's just like the same place either way, yeah? So I can again just slip on through and go yoink and be done.
Could we take a more direct way to the ground team?
Unfortunately, there is not a direct route. The base is buried under ice to protect it from the radiation of space.
Similar to the Mars base.
Similar. Europa's base is slightly deeper into the surface. There is more radiation present from solar events on Mars. But Mars's surface is denser and that of Europa.
Well, this one's less fun. I just yoink that out of there. There we go. I see. This in here. Ironically enough, I think, you know, like, a decent AI could pretty easily solve these very brute forcible trial and error puzzles.
What are their chances of survival here? Oxygen, the food stores, waste management.
Everything seems to be in order. There was a small problem with the food stores, but the crew fixed that up. We successfully transitioned over to a sustainable small artificial ecosystem here, growing fruit and vegetables. It helps boost morale amongst other things. The crew members could hypothetically survive there for their whole lifetimes.
I like how violently things slide around in this. That wasn't anything important over there, right? except for that. It's basically yes. It's officially the Turing test, but yeah, it's basically Portal. Oh, the cheat. That's power to the bridge. Oh, okay. There's things over there. Got it. So to get that off the floor somehow. One of these, I'm assuming, powers this magnet. Possibly the one that was right here to start with. No? This is just like straight up a spare then, or what? Uh-oh. I would assume that would be powered to the magnet. This is just nothing, right? Yeah. Well, I suppose there's been a taste of this. It's going to just be more of this for a while. I'm not disliking this though. There's like good sense of pacing to it. It suggests it might have an actual plot. It's not just, you know. Remember that thing with the light puddles? That was anyway, let's see what else we have here. Let's keep it spacey for a bit. Was very, very nice and snappy how quickly you can just like grab and drop those little light balls though. I just like that about that.